I'm making this video in response to Mjgirl1. Like I wrote you, Michael Jackson had self-hate issues. Even Jermaine commented on that about his surgeries. And I'm going to read out of Jermaine's book, You Are Not Alone, which you should get. This is page 344. He says, when I look at photos of Michael from this period, post-marriage and pre-children, it is difficult to ignore the facial changes that he underwent through further plastic surgery. In fact, over the following decade, I would say that he reached a point of overcorrection because he got so caught up in a negative self-image that he tried to find in the mirror what he had set in his mind, unattainable perfection. I don't know the exact extent of the work he had done, but there were several more surgeries to his nose. He was someone whose wealth allowed him to do something about his insecurities, but he hadn't changed to us because we looked into his eyes, and they were the same, and his heart was still the same, and he was still Michael. That's sad when the only recognition you have of your brother, you got to look into his eyes because you don't recognize nothing else. That's sad. Like I said, Mike changed everything. He didn't change everything, but lips, nose, chin, looked like a totally different person from when he was a kid, from a young male, from a kid to a teenager, to a young male, even from a kid through the Thriller video. Anyway, reading on. Personally, I think his preoccupation with plastic surgery was some form of body dysmorphia, a condition often rooted in childhood or puberty, where the sufferer finds exaggerated flaws that do not exist. This is my opinion, not a diagnosis. Over the years, I wanted to shake him and say, Michael, can you not see how damn handsome you are? But it was such a sensitive issue that I felt I could not, and he failed to realize that his self-esteem was not something a knife could correct. That is why I get angry with the doctors who enabled him to go too far. I always thought if you went to see a doctor and nothing was wrong, they had a duty to tell you. The saddest thing was that Michael was never happy with his final look. Ultimately, I think he learned a painful lesson that the face is not a piece of music. It cannot be endlessly tinkered with and made perfect. That's from Jermaine Jackson, Mjgirl. Okay, you also say MJ was not that close to his family. Well, I can understand that. MJ felt like they were trying to ride his coattails, even if they weren't. They probably was always coming with ways of business that he didn't want anything to do with. He didn't want them to depend on him for anything, so I feel him on that. Plus, I feel his vitiligo made him more insecure and shy. Made him shy away. Probably made him more of a loner. He wasn't the socialite he was in his 70s and early 80s before the vitiligo, before the skin change came. Okay, let me address this. What you said right here. You said it is unfair that blacks wanted him to be the great black hope, especially considering how he was abandoned in his own black community. Let me stop you right there. He was the great black hope. So black people never considered that he wasn't. He was. So it wasn't a matter of us wanting him to be the great black hope. He was the great black hope. And you said considering how he was abandoned by his own black community when his skin color was changing due to vitiligo. First of all, he wasn't abandoned by the black community. Let me keep reading. And when he started getting negative press starting in the mid-'80s. Well, that's his fault. First of all, You gotta understand, when MJ was bleaching, evening out his skin tone, he never said anything about vitiligo. You know, so that's why the press was like, he bleaching his skin. Why is he doing that? Why does he hate his own color? Mike said nothing about he had a skin disease. Nothing. He should have brought that out. He should have said something, because I didn't notice the skin change until he did the video bad. That's when I really noticed. But he said nothing in the press about vitiligo, which I think he did a disservice to people that have vitiligo. He should have came out that I have the disease. I'm Michael Jackson. If I have it, you know, other people have it, and you know, I wanna be a spokesperson in finding a cure for vitiligo. He could have helped a lot of people, which I think he was a charitable person, but he missed the boat on that one. He didn't come out soon enough. He came out later in '93, way later, in the Oprah Winfrey interview. That was the first time we found out that he had vitiligo. But I think he did a disservice to himself and to the disease and to the research of it. Oh yeah, let me also address this. You said MJ was a victim of racism from his own people. What do you mean his own people? Because he was not a victim of racism from black people. I'm going to tell you that right now. Black people wasn't the one calling him Wacko Jacko. Okay? Black people wasn't the one writing them articles about MJ. Black folks don't own news networks. Black folks don't own media outlets. Okay? Let's get that straight. We all know who own them. White people do. The media is a supreme system, mostly run by white folks. Okay? So, his own, I don't know what you mean by his own people, but it wasn't black folks. I'm telling you right now. Being abandoned by your fellow countrymen, causing him to flee the U.S. for a while, and being the butt of jokes in your own community. The man was tormented by superficial, cruel, insensitive, and most of all, uniform poster child of bullying in America. Okay, that's America for you. America is a wicked ass country. I don't know where you're from. Maybe you're from Germany or somewhere, but America is wicked. Okay, America is a big lying, hypocritical country. They found this country on lies. Well, they didn't find shit. They stole this country and built this country through murder and lies. And they haven't changed since. They still the biggest devil in the world. They claim to be good, but they're the biggest devil. Their national anthem is a goddamn lie. They're not home of the free and land of the brave. That's just some bullshit. Made up by the devil. Made up by the devil, which they are the devil. Because if you know the definition of devil, you know the definition is deceiver. So America is the devil, and the mother of America is Europe, England, Britain, the father devil. So if you're from Britain, your child is America. You're the parent. So yeah, America destroy. America loves to destroy. America loves to build you up and then destroy you. Especially, they love to build up black athletes and destroy them. They get off on that. They get off on publicizing the negative image of black people. They get off on publicizing the negative image of black athletes, of black celebrities, America's still as racist as it was when it first became a country. It's still racist. It's just a different time. No, it don't mean that we got a black president. He's just a damn poster child. He's somebody just pulling his strings. That don't mean shit. He got a job. He's the president. He has a job to do. You know, which he don't really do nothing. He's just a front man. You know, but anyway, get off that. But yeah, that's it. So I'm not surprised of anything. You say they were bullying Michael. Of course. It's the devil. We in a devil country. Of course they gonna bully. They build you up to tear you down. That's what they do. That's the hell of this world that we in is hell anyway. Not surprised at nothing.